Once upon a time, back in the 90s, black people used to be slim, healthy, muscular, athletic, and just overall in shape. Today, we look at black people back then and we say, oh, they was 90s fine. You know what kind of black people I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, Monica, Brandy, Genuine, all the members of Jodeci, all the members of Silk, Keith Sweat. We had Usher, Tupac, Janet Jackson, Method Man, Redman, etc., etc., etc. Now, of course, those were rappers and entertainers. They were in the spotlight. They more than likely had to have that discipline and that education to actually stay and maintain their health and fitness. Back in the 90s, it was rare for a black woman to have a BBL. Hell, most black people probably didn't even know what a BBL was back in the 90s. Looking back in those days, even in your family photo albums, if you go back to those times in the 90s and 80s, but specifically in the 90s, notice how the everyday black people around in your family in the photos, they were very slim, much, much, much slimmer than we are today on average. I'm sorry to report, but as black people, we fell off. Now, I'm sure I know what you're thinking. How the hell would you know, Geneva? How old are you? What do you know about the 90s? Well, to be honest, I was born in 95. Now, yes, I did not grow up in the 90s, but just looking at my old family pictures and the pictures of my parents, the grandparents back in those days, looking at the films from that era of the 90s, listening to the music, watching the TV shows, and the comedy sitcoms and everything else back in the 90s, it was clear that it was a cultural expectation that in order for you to be the man, that woman, that girl, you want that look, you want to be in, you wanted to be you had to be in shape. There was no such thing as slim thick. Back in them days, I guess they used to call big women just big boned, or if they were fat but still cute, like kind of like they had a little bit of a shape, but they was real chubby, but it's like you couldn't really tell, in certain clothes that the woman wore, or maybe if she was like, thicker than, the average chick back then in the 90s, the average black girl, she just looked cute. Again, like she had a nice face, pretty hair, nice makeup, so they would just call her big boned. Black men back in those days understood that in order to attract beautiful women, they had to have a nice body. The six-pack, the muscular strength, the athleticism, that lean, strong look, they knew that's what was required of them to attract beautiful women who also had very curvy but slim, attractive, athletic, and healthy and in shape body types. I've been doing some research, and honestly, when conducting this research, I didn't have to look far, but I also went to Google. But before I even get on the Google part and the statistics of what's going on in Black America today, all you have to do, and again, I'm not trying to be rude or body shame people. I should have prefaced this video with this. I'm not here to put nobody down, shame anybody, attack anybody, make fun of, judge people. Who am I? Okay, I'm just a random chick, also a proponent of health and wellness. I enjoy being fit. I enjoy working out. I enjoy eating healthy. And I love my people, and I want to spread awareness because, again, obesity is killing us at a high alarming rate. 2017-2018 study that studied African American obesity rates revealed that Black people in America are hit with the highest number of obesity statistics at 49.6%. And that was almost 5-6 plus years ago. 49.6% of Black people studied in the study, and African Americans in America in 2017 through 2018, 49.6% of us were obese. We have a warped view on what weight is, what healthy is, what it looks like, what skinny is. When people say obese or obesity, they think of like my 600-pound plus life. Oh, no, baby. Be overweight is to be 20 pounds over your appropriate weight that'll be appropriate for you as an individual once you add in your height plus weight. I'm 5'5". I weigh 139 pounds, right? Just always fluctuate between 142 and like 135 up and down, especially when I'm like bulking, putting on like muscle. For me, a woman that's I believe 5'5", I believe the highest I can go is 150, maybe 155. If I would say 175, I'd be considered fat or overweight, right? I'm 20 pounds overweight. Obese to me, I believe, would be like 50 pounds over that. So if I'm 200 pounds as a 5'5" woman, I believe I would be considered to be medically obese. Now, morbid obesity, again, that's a huge problem. Again, obesity period is literally just destroying African Americans. And we need to really not just talk about and address it, but we need to actually have a plan put in place to combat this issue. It's not just about looks and aesthetic and about having a sexy body. Again, that's really, really important too. I ain't gonna lie, let's be honest. In this world, if you want to get somewhere and be somebody, you have to look the part. You have to be attractive. African American men and women these days, due to our obesity rates alone and our messed up diets, and us not getting enough adequate exercise and sleep, we are dying of cancer, diabetes, we're getting amputated, we're losing our eyesight, we're losing our teeth, we are dying from heart disease, stroke, hypertension, all because of obesity. Look at our diets today. Almost everything is fried food. I love me some soul food, but again, we can't eat that stuff every day. And I know like a lot of you are like, oh, I don't eat soul food every day. But more than likely you're eating GMO'd, heavily processed American food products. Not even food, it's food-like products, okay? Because it's heavily processed and GMO'd. For an example, do you eat ramen noodles? Do you eat Pop-Tarts? Do you eat cereal with milk, like cow milk? Okay? Even like say soda, that's a huge proponent. Never, guys, if you can help it. Listen, let me show you something. Water bottle. That's what you need, water. I hardly ever drink my calories. I'm serious. The only time I'll drink my calories when I have black coffee. So every Saturday morning, I make my own black coffee here just to cleanse my liver, to detoxify myself. Look up the benefits of black coffee. I might make a video about that later on. I'm drinking green tea or the juice that I make here on my own. I do not buy, I don't know what that shit is, Tropicana, Minute Maid, all that fruit juice concentrate. No, this is what you do. You get a bag of carrots. You get a bag of oranges, some ginger, lemon, lime, some pineapples, some apples. You put that in a blender and you juice it at a blender for a smoothie. You buy yourself a juicer. You put all those ingredients, mix it together, and you juice your own juice. Make your juice at home, okay? Do not buy store-bought juices and sodas and stuff. It's nothing but sugar. Let me tell you something. Apple juice is sugar water. Orange juice that you buy at the grocery store, the Walmart, the Targets, that is sugar water. Leave that mess alone. Don't get me started on alcohol. Black people, we are some drunks. I'm sorry, but we have to keep it real. Me, myself, and I. Last Halloween in 2023, I got tore up that Halloween weekend. Me and some friends, and I'm still ashamed of everything I did that night. Okay, I've been trying to get back. I've been cutting back. I got a little bit wasted this New Year's for 2024. I was like, you know what, never again. I went the whole time without drinking until the Super Bowl. Only had a couple drinks to the Super Bowl, and then I went, I took a little bit of break, and then Easter, I had one drink on Easter, and then ever since then, I haven't had a drink since. Yeah, especially for black women. For black women, this alcohol and seafood boils is literally doing us in. We eating these seafood boils. It's high sodium. The crab legs, everything is salted and buttered, and then we got a big ass bottle of rosé next to us, and we're putting this in our bodies, and we're getting fibroids, we're getting all types of tumors and growth in our bodies, and again, it's destroying us. I'm not sure about y'all, but I strive to be 90s fine.